Today, this tutorial will show you how to filter your raw.txt files for the 124K S&P list developed by Harvard. This will be part of a multi-part series that aims to get you from a personal file to being able to run qpAdm on your file. Raw files need to be filtered for DNA but is not used by the 124K dataset. The 124K dataset is a list of S&P polymorphisms, tiny changes in DNA, qpAdm and other academic tools used to calculate ancestry in humans. This is done as without filtering, standard errors can be too high, causing inaccurate models. Bear in mind, if you have lower than 30% overlap, models will be susceptible to higher false discovery rates and higher standard errors. Below 10% coverage, and the DNA file is too poor quality to show accurate results. In my personal experience, above 30% coverage is needed for accurate results. I have seen very abnormal results when using lower amounts. That being said, the academics claim above 10% is enough. To filter your raw file, convert your raw data to 23andMe format. 10dna.com is very easy to use. Just upload your kit, select what format you want. In this case, 23andMe format. You'll get a 23andMe format file that you can then filter using my program. However, it doesn't support all files, and it doesn't allow you to merge multiple kits from the same person to one file for the best coverage possible. Hence why I prefer DNA Kit Studio. I will show you how to use this program, get a 23andMe format file, and then afterwards I will show you how to use the filtering program I made to filter for relevant S&Ps and reduce standard errors. I'll show you how to do this now. So now I'm going to show you how to filter your file. So I have 3 folders right now. I have a folder with raw files inside. This will include the file I want to filter. In this case, will be the Ancestry DNA personal file. Then the 2 zip folders will be linked in the description. One is for my filtering program and one is for DNA Kit Studio. You want to extract both into the same folder. So let's say the desktop folder here. Just click extract all. Click extract. And that's done. Now, what we want to do is we want to open dnakitstudio.exe. This warning will pop up, but don't worry, the program is perfectly safe. Just click more info and then click run anyway. So now we have this up here. So what do we do here? This will convert any commercial file to 23andMe format. So how do we do this? Here we have to click add. We have to go and find the raw files. So in my folder we have the raw files here. The Ancestry DNA file we're going to convert to 23andMe. Double click. And then make sure the output format selected is 23andMe. Then we simply click convert. Afterwards the process will be finished. You can then go and back into that folder and we will find in the raw files folder this file here. If we open it, it will say this file is generated by 23andMe, blah 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 blah. That means it's in the correct format. So now let's rename it. We can rename it 23andMe format converted. Right, so now we need to filter this file because it's unfiltered. So what do? Extract the folder with the filtering program I made. Click extract all. And then the filtering folder will be there. We open it and we'll find 3 files. The 124K S&P list, the sorter.exe, and if you're on a operating system that is not Windows, you can use the Python file. To use the Python file, all you have to do is download Python and then open it. But however, for this tutorial, we'll be using the sorter.exe. So the function of both files are the same, by the way. So what we do is we go to the raw files, we find the 23andMe format that's been converted, we simply drag and drop it into the filtering folder, and then what do? We open the sorter program. So I made this program to be as easy to use as possible. So all we have to do is browse and find the input file. So in this case, the 23andMe format file, we enter it. The output file we can just rename to filtered personal file. And we have to add the docs.txt extension too. So .txt. Right. And now we need to browse for the S&P list file. This will be inside the zip file that will be in the description, so don't worry about it. So we browse, 124K S&P list, double click, and then we click start processing. Yep, and now in the folder, you will see your filtered personal file is right here. As you can see, the coverage of this Ancestry kit is 31%. So therefore, the coverage is very good. Well, not very good, but good enough. So we can now use this for the second video in this tutorial, which will be how to merge the file to the 124K dataset. Now, if you have multiple files that you want to merge into one mega file for more coverage, I will also show you how to do this. This is done through a similar technique. So what we do is, we go and find the two raw files we have. So let's say we want to convert these two raw files into 23andMe format, but we want both of them in the same file for the best coverage possible. What do? We go into the DNA Kit Studio, we load it up again, and we go into Raw Merger. Now, this allows you to merge two files together and get the maximum amount of coverage possible. We're going to add both of them. We're going to call the out. We're going to browse for an output file name. So we need to go back to the folder and we need to enter merged unfiltered personal file.txt and save that. Now we want the output format to be 23andMe. You want to make sure you check this option to add the uncommon SNPs along with the common ones, and then we want to merge it by RSID. Now we can just hit merge. The process has been finished. Now, as last time, the file will be inside the raw files folder. So if we go into the raw files folder, there we go, the unfiltered personal file. This will be merged, it will have many SNPs, and now all we have to do is, we have to put it into the filtering folder. If you don't filter it, it will filter merge. There will be duplicate SNPs and it won't merge. So we put this into the filtering folder, put it inside, and then we open the sorter.exe. So we take the input file, which would be the unfiltered personal file, browse for it, there we go. The output file will be merged filtered personal file.txt, and then we want the S&P list. Pop it in, hit start processing, and there you go, you get extra coverage. Mind you, you don't get a lot of extra coverage. The reason why is most of these commercial kits, the S&Ps that correlate to the 124K dataset are usually mostly the same. When you merge multiple kits, the difference isn't that high. Here, the coverage went up by like 5%. So it's better to merge them all to get the best coverage possible. However, the difference made isn't too much. So that concludes the tutorial on how to get the file filtered, and the next tutorial will be on how to merge them.